Good morning, everybody, and welcome to 12-Volt News, the most exciting news that you will hear all day, every day. I mean, period. I mean, this is
true.
It is true. It is not fake news. Highly opinionated, like the news, but still. But before we tell you all the cool things you need to know about that, as always, what is the weather like
right now?
Yeah. Get it out.
Now it's 71 degrees. High is going to be 84.
Really?
Super sunny.
So maybe we'll have the door open today.
Why? It's 84. It's hot.
You're so weird. That's not hot. That's hot. Anyways, Springfield.
Yes.
Check it in. Currently 44 with a high 62.
Very nice.
We should go back to go fast. We should just go, just go to go. That'd be fun. Good morning, rainy 47. It's okay, rainy in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, so basically they have normal weather going on, right? High of 59. It sucks that we don't have any reason to go out there anymore because that was a lot of fun. I miss that area. Big Jeff checking in.
What's up?
Very nice, Jeff. Also, Fang, how's it going, buddy?
Hey.
47 with a high of 77 in East Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Brad checking in from Modesto, currently 48 with a high of 73. There you go. Beautiful weather.
Yeah.
Brian made it home safe.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, that's
a bunch of trophies.
With a bunch of trophies.
That's
I can't wait to talk about it on the podcast.
There you go.
Good morning. How's it going? Just so you guys know, if you like free stuff, and I know you do, hey, Big Jeff says, we have a bunch of Halloween giveaways going on. Kicker, DD Audio, Audio Pipe, Sundown, free equipment.
There you go.
Ooh, so I'm sure you got to go over to bigjeff.com and check it out. But hey, you never know. You could win something free. And I know all you guys like free stuff. So don't act like you don't. So go check it out. See if you can find something. Good morning from San Diego. Checking in 54 with a high of 74. What's up, Jamie? Pizza Dave. What's up? Dude, I don't know what I was watching yesterday. I saw something and they had a cheese pizza piece sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is about greasy cheese pizza, the long skinny, not the Little Caesars kind, the thinner, flexible, or just it's just the yummy.
Yeah.
God, I could just oh man, immediately wanted pizza. Love pizza. What's up, Juan? How's it going? Currently in Houston, it's 73. Looking good.
There you go.
Looking good. And over in Pizza Dave's world, it's beautiful, 40 degrees in Vermont. No. Although that's still hot. It's still hot. It's like you guys, it's like summer. I know you call it fall, but we don't
cool fall.
They fall. The trees fall, and then the snow falls, and then the mud falls.
Everybody fall.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Well, no, there's always going to be work. There will be tons of work today.
That would be fantastic. Right?
This is before hours we get in to do the show. So hello from Los Angeles, Juan says.
What up? What up?
Josh, good morning.
Good morning.
Sunny 71 in Orlando. Hey.
What's up, man?
I like turtles. I bet you do. What's up, Hi-Fi? We had a great show last night. For those of you that didn't get a chance to catch it, definitely go check it out. It's always fun. That's you.
I need an appointment to take my car so you guys do an installation. Yeah. Llama a la tienda y pregunta por mí si quieres hablar español o lo que necesites.
There you go. Thank you, Big Jeff. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you guys get some people
Thank
over
you.
there. Here we go. Nope. Yep. Hey. Jobs and hobbies. Gotta love them. 46 across South Dakota. Truck driving.
South Dakota.
Yeah. Sturgis, that whole thing. Bikers. What's up from Houston?
What up?
Reflective Sound Intent.
Yeah.
That's a cool name. It's a low 70. Feels good.
It feels good.
I like being the keeper of time. Had nothing to do with that. We do. Yes. Hey man, take your time when you're ready. We miss you. Know that. Good morning, guys. York, PA. Cuddy's checking in. Curtis checking in. 40 degrees. It's warm. 60 in Wisconsin. Your idea of warm and ours is different, but I understand.
It's warm and 60.
Yeah.
We have a jacket here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's warm for you, cold for us. So it's just I love it. High of 86 and a 50% chance of rain in Houston. Wow, a lot of Houstons today. That's fantastic. So we scoured the CE outlooks, as we like to say.
Yeah.
And we really didn't. We just went over there and read them.
Nothing.
And the news this week was weak. Okay, to be honest, it's going to be a weak news show. However, there is some news, and as always, I like to talk about it. And we're going to dig deep into some of the things that the news stories I like to say inspire. And in the vein of all of the news networks out there, where reality is a thought away from truth, we should be no different. But if you'd like the real stories, make sure you head over to CE Outlook or check the links in the description, where you can figure out and come up with your own opinions on all of these. And good morning, Marty.
Do you ever talk to Marty?
I've not talked to Marty. It's okay. What? It's okay. It's all right. We'll talk at some point. It's
at some point.
At some point, it'll happen.
Tomorrow.
No. Yeah,
he's always says that. Call you tomorrow.
I'll call you tomorrow. This is great. Now he's gonna purposely call me, and he's like, don't do that. Oh, wrong button. I want to do this. Wait, hold on. What is
what
happening?
Are you doing?
I have no idea. There we go. Figure out how to use the machine in the morning. Call you today. See. Oh, very nice, Dave. That's. And George checking in from Rome. Oh, there it is. What's up?
Rome.
Okay, so my wish list for
Jorge,
SEMA.
what's up, buddy?
Yeah, okay. I was sorry. I was reading.
Yeah.
I can't talk and read at the same time. My wish list for SEMA. So we don't typically cover these articles when we do news. However, I thought this was one of those interesting things where they came up with a list of things they'd like to see at SEMA or like to see manufacturers do. And I think that's more of what it is. It's the things that as a retailer, we would like to see some manufacturers actually put some effort into.
Okay.
One of them, of course, was one of the things that you and I often talk about. It's like when there's a software update, let us know that there's a software update or that there's a problem or that better line of communication, that admitting that you have a fault as a manufacturer, you just won't do. They just won't do it. They won't. We know that there's problems with equipment, and this is in general. And like you call the manufacturer, and they're like, yeah, we know. It's like, what? Mm-hmm. Well, send out a goddamn email. Mm-hmm. Let us know so that we can avoid this problem. But and when you fix it or have a resolution, send out another email. Like the lines of communication in 2025 are vast and easy for everyone to have access to. It's very simple, because I can guarantee you, if you haven't paid your bill, they're sending out an email and a letter and a horse and all kinds of crap. And it's like, hey,
sell you in a tournament.
You're even going to get a call on the phone going, hey, but on the opposite side, when we need something from them, such as a notification of bad product or something that flaws or they've noticed something you might want to keep an eye out for, or let us know if this is a problem. They don't do it. And it sucks. And it has been that way since the dawn of time.
Like a QR code doesn't work when you're trying to scan it.
Something
like that.
Here, download the instructions. No, sorry, this isn't. You can't do that.
It doesn't work.
What's up, Danny? How are you, buddy?
What's up, Danny? Congratulations, Jorge.
So that was one of those things. But I was also thinking about things that I'd like to see manufacturers actually do. And the reality is we know that SEMA fast approaching, and we'll be there with Rockford Fosgate. So if anyone's going to be there, please stop by the Rockford booth. Come by and say hi.
Jorge's going to be there.
Make sure you come by and say hi.
Yep.
We'd love to see you. It's really the joy that we have doing these shows is getting to meet a lot of you face to face. Is that we're not going to get any of the things that we want. That's really the truth of it. As far as like the excitement of like, ooh, it doesn't exist anymore. And I think that is more where the problem lies, is that we know that manufacturers these days are not doing anything that is exciting and is like, ooh, it just doesn't happen. Like if I was to get an email or a Kenwood person that comes by tomorrow, and I'm just using them as an example, it could be Alpine, it could be Pioneer. I really don't care. Pick one, your favorite.
Sure.
And say, hey, here's what we're doing. This is the big surprise. We're coming out with, I don't care if like you're coming out with another double din. The fact that you want me to even sell these things that don't work in a car that is made in 2025. Like there is not a car being made in 2025 that I can fit a double din radio in the dash. Okay. There isn't. They don't exist. And then you say, well, we have the 10-inch float or we have the 8-inch. Those are great. Those are new products. Even those probably won't fit in a car that comes out in 2025 because more than likely they've moved on. Now they have 12-inch widescreens. They have 9-inch screens. And so if you really think about a Japanese company that's making a radio and says, hey, no, it will not fit in a current vehicle. There isn't any of them. So kudos for you on that. But if you come to me and you say, hey, look, we understand what we're going to do is we're coming out with a radio that has, let's say, a subwoofer amplifier built into it, like a 300-watt subwoofer amplifier. And we know there's space. There's plenty of room in these things because they keep making them smaller. And we don't need them smaller. We need them filled with more stuff. A 6-channel amplifier, for example, or a 7-channel amplifier. I get my center channel amp with a sub out. 8 RCAs, 10 RCAs. Like all these things can easily be put into a radio that is made aftermarket. And then they'll say, well, we have to redesign the software. Whoa, God forbid. You've been using the same software in your radios, just tweaking it slightly here and there for the last 20 years. If you bought a Kenwood radio 20 years ago and you're using a brand new one today, guess what? It's basically the same menu system. It hasn't changed. Sure, it has gotten streamlined and better, just like your Windows or your OS have gotten better, just like your phone. If you bought an iPhone 3GS back in the day and you have an iPhone now using iOS 21 or 25 or whatever the hell it is, it basically looks the same. We understand that, but the features underneath it, and there again, the only thing manufacturers have done is taken features away. They haven't given us more features. So if I was to say to a manufacturer or a dream list of things I'd like to see at SEMA, I'd like to see a radio manufacturer that doesn't suck. It comes out with something that might be actually useful for us. Now, we had the pleasure of doing some work with Modus a couple weeks ago, as you guys know, and they showed us the new radio. And there again, some of the new features that the radio is going to have are going to be pretty cool. They're taking their resources and they're trying to think outside of the box of ideas. Now, it is going to have 8-channel preamp out, which we know, but it's going to have this weird detachable piece, like the whole button cluster with the knob comes off of the screen. So if you just need a floating screen with no buttons, it can come off. There again, I don't know the usefulness of it, but at least it's something that nobody else is doing. And they put some thought into it and they said, hey, we can do this thing that might be helpful. Well, all right, let's give it a try. We're not getting this creative influx of stuff from these manufacturers. So as far as that goes, I would love to go to a SEMA and actually step on the floor and see something and go, oh my God, I can't believe this manufacturer actually had the balls to do something that nobody else is doing. because most of the time what we get is manufacturers are playing catch up with another manufacturer because they've been sitting on their hands. So yeah, I don't expect to ever go to one of these things and be blown away, but it would be nice. It would be nice. Anyways, that's that. That's my rant for the morning. Sorry, but do you agree? You have any thoughts on that one?
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Moving on. The other day we reported about Massive Audio's lower new lineup and lower prices and their digital amplifiers that aren't really digital amplifiers. So they're back in the news because they're basically redesigning their whole product line, which makes sense. And there's new lower prices. Some of this stuff looks really cool. Like I'm always a sucker for knobs and gauges and stuff like that. So putting a voltmeter on the top of the amp, I think is actually really cool. Because I like lights. I think it's neat.
You're old.
I am old. And if I had a spectrograph, that would be even cooler. But anyways, if you're a fan of Massive, well, you're going to have a massive moment in your life today because the new lineup is coming in at a lower price. So that is fantastic. And here's a funny one too. So the other day, Paul and I were talking, and he was showing me one of the new price sheets from a manufacturer. And just so that everybody understands who's paying the tariffs, by the way, just if there's a question of how this works, this price sheet from this manufacturer has cost of product here, and then next to it, it says tariffs in here. And then, so on the spreadsheet, here was what the tariff was, here's what the product costs, and so here's your final cost. So, for example, this product was $750. There's a $140 tariff on it. So this was your cost. Now, according to the news, China pays the tariffs, right? No. You're paying the tariffs. And not only that, we're paying them in order to buy the product to get it into the store. It's so crazy how that works. Moving on, because this isn't a political podcast. For those of you who didn't know, this past weekend was World Finals.
Yes, it was.
Now, we did not get to go this year because we were doing other things. Hopefully we'll get to go next year. It looked like it was a fun time. At the World Finals, they do multiple things. So they had the DB drag, they had a car show, and then of course they had the IASCA, Mecca, and all that, which we'll get to in a second. The really unique thing about DB drag, okay, and I really like, I don't know anything about DB drag, okay? I know very little. Like the amount of information I know about this, I could like tip right here. And it sounds amazing. And they had it there last year, and it seemed very anticlimactic. But what's cool about what these guys are doing, and what I kind of appreciate more now, is that for one, there's a tool in which things are measured. Okay, so you have a meter. It's a drag race. So you have to achieve a certain goal, and so it makes doing it very cut and dry.
Okay,
you hit the number, you don't go over, and you win.
You don't go over?
Can't go over.
Oh.
So part of the DB drag is, for example, which Mel was explaining to me, our good friend, and he was like, if you're in this class and you need to hit 140 dB, you want to get to 139.9, because if you go over, you're disqualified. So they set a goal that is kind of obtainable, but also not.
Sure.
So anyways, the point is, what these guys did this year is they actually had 3 World Finals going on at the same time in real time that you could watch on like dbdragtv.com or something like that.
Yeah.
And the 3 scores all over the country were tallied.
Okay.
So you just had to go to an event closest to you and you could win. So you might have been at the Alabama show, but the winner was in California, because he beat you.
Okay, so Wayne Harris was live streaming that. That's cool.
Yeah. And I thought it was fantastic. Like that, I think it's a great idea because there again, if you live in California, you don't want to drive to Alabama, especially in some of these vehicles. They're not made to be driven. You have to trailer them. But if you live in close to California and you're a competitor, you go to your World Finals over on the West Coast, and there's an East Coast and a Central, and they're all at the same time. I mean, granted, you might have to get up earlier or stay later just because of, time zones. But the thought is fantastic that in an industry that is small to begin with, trying to make things easier for people to be part of the same thing. I think it's just I think it's a fantastic idea, and I commend them for doing that. And so congratulations to those that participated in one. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
There again, next year, gonna have to check this out. Maybe spend some more time in it. Find someone that can take me around and explain this whole nonsensical thing to me that they enjoy so much, because it does seem extremely cool. And it's going on. Also at the same time, in another part of the building, was the World Finals, which our good friend Brian Mitchell was at, along with a bunch of other people. Mel was there, and lots, Nick was there, and yeah. Anyways, not that Nick, the other Nick. This, however, is not done that way. So you have to show up because you have to be judged. All the judges have to listen to the cars. Which, see, this is the thing that kind of, I feel this could be the same way. So if you have judges on the West Coast, you have judges on the East Coast. They're judges. They're all supposed to be the same caliber of judge. So it shouldn't matter, who's judging, right? If you're a qualified judge, you can judge on the West Coast. If you're a qualified judge, you can judge on the East Coast, and they can have the same experience. I feel like they might need to look into this, because there again, if you're in California like Brian is, that's a 3-day trek or 4-day trek out to Alabama to have your car judged. I don't know. There again, what do I know? I'm not involved in this. It could be part of the ambiance, but if the SPL guys can figure it out, I think these guys could probably figure it out too. It seems like it's a lot of fun. Now, if you'd like to see who the winners are, head over to CL. Look, there's a link in the description that'll tell you, and you can go and see if any of your favorite competitors won, or if you even know any of the competitors. Oh, wow, I didn't know that guy competed. Brian got a whole bunch of trophies. Mm-hmm. I'm sure we'll talk about it on the podcast this weekend. So there again, also, if you've missed the podcast for the last 2 weeks, that is Brian's fault. It is 100% his fault. He screwed us all out of hours of entertainment and joy. But this week we'll be back at it because he's back in town, so we'll be able to have some more fun and excitement. Where to start? If you guys follow the show, we often work on Jeep Wranglers. They're a big part of our business. Here in Florida, we do a ton of them, and I love working on them. I really do. They're fun. They're predictable, and that's that. But on the predictability side, for the most part, for us, Jeeps have been really solid. Every now and then we run into something silly, but it's usually just something silly, and we can work our way through it, and life goes on. However, in this modern world where they're deciding to put batteries in things that should never have batteries, I don't know how you feel on the hybrid side of things, but there again, hybrid, not an EV, because there is a difference. Who knew? The Jeeps, hey, I'm going to push an update. Why would you want to do that? Hey, would you like to update your car? Sure, I'd love to update my car. Why would you want to update your car? Well, because they asked me if I wanted to update your car. All right, well, we're going to brick your car. Okay, because we didn't do thorough testing on it to know if it's going to do that. Well, hey, guess what? Yeah, that's the way the world works right now, as we hear from a lot of Tesla owners and stuff like that. We're in the middle of the night. Someone at Tesla gets a hair up their butt and they push an update. The next thing you know, your car's doing weird stuff, or something doesn't work anymore, or things change. We've all experienced this on our phones, on our laptops, applications that we know and love. But, hey, we got an update. It's like, why did you change that? Like, the one thing you need, you change. And the one thing that you need is your car to actually function. Yeah, we don't need that to work anymore, so let's push an update to your car and break it. It's a crazy world that we live in now with the ability to update a car. Like, I think it's great because, yeah, maybe. But in this case, if you have one of the new hybrid Jeep Wranglers, don't do the update. And if you've done the update, make sure to switch off the hybrid portion of it. Do not run the car off of the battery, because you'll brick the car. Now, the whole reason why you bought it is because you want to be bougie and have the battery. So naturally, you do the software update. You get out of the car in the morning to pull away, and strange things start happening. And it's not immediate. Not immediate. It just kind of runs through, obviously, as the code updates. And eventually, you're sitting at a stoplight and your car dies. Yeah, that's cool. And not only that, you can't start it again. You can't switch it over to the gas side of things and room away. No. You have to call a flatbed to come pick it up. And the best part is, the guys that push the update, they don't have a solution other than to say, don't use the hybrid right now. We don't know what's wrong. Oh, damn. Cool,
yeah,
right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. So anyways, this is more of a warning for anyone out there that works on Jeeps, or if you own a Jeep hybrid and you're like, crap. Yeah, and it's just basically stuck to the Wranglers right now, not any of the other Jeeps. But yeah, this could make for a bad day, because, not good. Oh, and so going back to the SEMA portion of this, Brad types in and says, how about a head unit with a DSP processor loop so you can actually use those channels? That would be cool. Funny, Brad, is and I know, that's what A to B is all about. So we often talk about A to B and the fact that like Ford uses A to B, so the harness for it is an A to B harness. And what makes the A to B cool is the ability to have an upstream and a downstream. So that is how Ford is using their 4-channel deck power to power 4 speakers in the vehicle, making the factory amplifier that they add in smaller because it doesn't need to have those extra 4 channels. So if you look at like what a Sony amplifier in an F-150 used to be, it was like 12 inches tall, it was massive. And now it's this little tiny box. For one, obviously, amplifier topologies have gotten better, but they can also reduce the amount of channels that they need in the amplifier. And that will reduce the amount of power needing to go to the amplifier because there's already 4 channels in the radio. I would applaud A to B to be turned on or some form of a pass-through. So let's say that all radios have RCA inputs. If there was a toggle that made them inputs instead of outputs, that would be fantastic. So that, yes, those 4 channels that are in there, God forbid, we actually get to use them instead of, well, now we actually have an on-off switch so we can turn them off, which is kind of cool in some cases. But it'd be really cool if we could, use those power to power, I don't know, rear speakers, a center channel, possibly a small subwoofer if need be. That would be fantastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, these are things we talk about and dream about, but we'll never see in the world of the install bay because they're, again, radio manufacturers and amplifier, just in general, most people are not really creative when it comes to these things. And it comes to be the disconnect of the manufacturers are not in the retail side of things. Like they have no idea what actually happens. And these are the guys making decisions for things that, they have no idea. You ask, hey, can we get this? And they're like, why would you use that?
Mm-hmm.
How many are we going to sell? That is always the answer, by the way. When you ask for something from a manufacturer, how many are we going to sell? Very rarely will a manufacturer do something to just do something. Like it's not very often because, and there again, to be fair, they have accountants and they have bills and they have things that they're responsible for. So just to make something like we used to do back in the day, so to speak, we just don't get that. So, yeah. Yes, they would all need to have A to B connection. And they'd also have to all speak the same A to B. So the Marine guys have figured this out. The car audio guys have not. So when it comes to A to B, so for example, the A to B that is in the new GMs is not the same that's in the new A to B in the F-150s. It's not the same A to B that is in the Harley Davidsons. So they're all using it, but they all speak their own unique language, which is one of the features that makes A to B so appealing for manufacturers is they can lock it to their own source code, so to speak. And but the Marine guys have all figured that because they're I don't know, forward thinkers maybe, is that no, here's an open platform. This is what we want everyone to build it to. And then you just, okay, magic. Hell, they even have buttons that are data driven now. So if you have a physical button, it can connect to your network. So you can use your touchscreen to turn things on and off. Like, could you imagine that? Like having a physical button and being able to, I mean, it's crazy. It's like air conditioning in cars now, where you can control it from the screen of the radio or turn a hard button. Oh my God, why would we want that? I don't know. It would be insane. But Brad says, as an industrial, we would have to decide on a set protocols. I'm down for that. And I think everyone is. I mean, the fact that we all still use RCAs is enough to hurt pretty much everybody's head. But that was the closest to an agreement that everyone could come up with. And they haven't changed it for 30, 40 years. Yeah, so that was the big compromise in car audio was we're all going to use RCAs, right? No more of this DIN crap. Okay. I mean, you could put it. Most of these radios now have some form of an HDMI on the back. We could literally just put HDMIs on the radios, and everything could connect daisy chain through HDMI. Just imagine how cool that would be. Oh, you know. Anyways, enough of the dream of what could be. We're going to live in the real. Today is Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. We'll be back tomorrow to answer all your car stereo questions on the Q&A show. That starts at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so make sure to tune in for that. And, of course, you can find us over on Instagram where we pop in and we show you what's happening here in the Bay and what's going on and what we're breaking and cutting and having a good time working on. Got anything, buddy? He hasn't had enough coffee yet this morning. So with that, you guys have a wonderful Friday, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.